Literally millions of Americans are living with either an undertreated or undiagnosed chronic condition. Unfortunately, symptoms simply become part of everyday life. Groggy mornings, fatigue, lack of focus, anxiety, and other negative symptoms simply become the norm. Except there's one major problem. That isn't normal. Many people with these types of symptoms are living with hypothyroidism. Could you too be suffering from a low functioning thyroid? Here are some of the signs to look out for. I'm Nick Garcia, holistic nutritionist and health coach here at the Health Report. So what does your thyroid do? To understand this condition, we must first look at the master gland that, in this case, leads to abnormalities. Your thyroid itself is a large gland that secretes hormones, regulating both growth and development. Once it slows down, so does every other system in your body, including your gut, muscles, brain, and heart. Well, that doesn't sound very good, does it? It essentially regulates your entire metabolism. And what do you need to lose weight if you're watching this for that reason? You need a healthy metabolism. As stated by the Thyroid Foundation, approximately 200 million people across the globe suffer from some type of thyroid dysfunction. This includes hypothyroidism or underactive thyroid, hyperthyroidism or overactive thyroid, goiters, cancer, and other related conditions. Of those, as many as 50% are undiagnosed. A low functioning thyroid is one of the number one reasons for making it difficult to lose weight. What is hypothyroidism? Hypothyroidism tends to be the most common. Although a critical condition to treat, it is often misunderstood, even among physicians. Unlike many illnesses, which can accurately be diagnosed through approved testing, hypothyroidism isn't so black and white, and that's part of the problem. A TSH test is often administered, which measures the amount of TSH, or thyroid stimulating hormone, in a patient's blood. More often than not, patients will generally only receive a diagnosis and treatment if their blood level is over 5. The only problem, this discounts those who are living with subclinical hypothyroidism, triggering low-grade symptoms that reduce one's quality of life. Some adults will fall within the 1.5 to 3.0 range and in turn not receive treatment. These levels, however, may still indicate that thyroid support is needed. Due to a range of common factors including toxins in food, nutritional deficiencies, and chronic stress, our everyday lives are interfering with our thyroid function. More specifically, for those who are suffering from poor thyroid function, you may notice the following signs. So here are some signs that your thyroid is making you sick. You may be thinking, am I suffering from thyroid dysfunction? I'm tired, I struggle to lose weight. Could this little gland be to blame? If so, how else is it affecting my well-being? If doctors struggle to diagnose this condition, how will I know if I have it? I can't stress this often enough. Listen to your body. If you feel as though something is abnormal, then you need to investigate. With so many common symptoms affecting such a large portion of the population, many of us just accept dysfunction as a normal part of life. The worst thing you can do, of course, is nothing at all. The best thing you can do is become more aware of how you feel. Only then will you be able to effectively intervene. If you're feeling less than great, potentially due to your thyroid, here are some clues. Number 1, your skin is abnormally dry or puffy. When you begin to notice issues with your skin, that is your body's way of telling you that something isn't quite right. These symptoms generally will be more severe than the type of dry skin you suffer from during the winter months. They're often accompanied by pale yellowish skin, cracked heels, itchy scalp, and even eczema. Since the thyroid hormone is an important regulator of epidermal homeostasis, when there's an internal imbalance, external signs begin to surface. More often than not, patients experience scaly, dry skin. In more severe cases, myxedema becomes a significant issue. Although rare, it can be life-threatening. Number 2, you have very little energy. Does this sound like you? Are you noticing that you're just too tired to do the things that you used to? This is definitely one of the top signs that your thyroid isn't functioning at optimal levels. For those suffering from thyroid dysfunction, the fatigue they experience can be debilitating. Since your thyroid impacts all of your energy systems, it may be to blame. Of course, there are many reasons why people experience fatigue, but when you develop a thyroid problem, you cannot generally sustain energy long enough. For many, they begin to rely on stimulants such as cigarettes, coffee, and sugar, which can worsen the condition. Number 3, issues with digestion. A major area of concern among those that suffer from thyroid dysfunction is poor gut health. From constipation to diarrhea, these symptoms may be a sign of a poor thyroid. Once thyroid hormones are out of whack, you bet your digestive system will take notice. Once again, hormones T4 and T3 are involved. The majority of your cells want T3 and T4 to be effectively converted, and in this case, the gut plays an important role. A highly complex process, low conversion rates, and poor gut health generally lead to diarrhea for those with hyperthyroidism hyperthyroidism, and constipation for those with hypothyroidism. And finally, number 4, fluctuations in weight. For those who suffer from hypothyroidism, they are experiencing the effects of an underactive thyroid, meaning their basal metabolic rate is generally quite low. Once this occurs, weight gain is generally a noticeable symptom, as well as difficulty shedding those extra pounds. It feels like your weight is just becoming more and more stubborn. In comparison, hyperthyroidism can cause patients to suffer from unhealthy weight loss. Some of you with hypothyroidism that struggle with weight loss might be praying for hyperthyroidism, but how about we just focus on how to get your thyroid just the right, not hypo, not hyper, just so you have a healthy life with a fat-burning metabolism. So what should you do now if you think you have a thyroid problem? Well, I always recommend speaking with a nutritionist or a health coach who focuses, number 1, on food, and then addresses your unique current state of health, focuses on the right exercises, and always, and no matter what type of program, focuses on your metabolism and getting your hormones back in balance. And believe it or not, most of you that suffer from the subclinical hypothyroidism can heal yourself and get rid of the stubborn fat just through food, lifestyle changes, the right kinds of exercise, the right types of meal planning, not going on keto or intermittent fasting without some guidance. Because doing one diet, especially ones where you're eliminating an entire food group for too long of a period, will have an opposite detrimental effect on your thyroid. So if you're currently overweight and cannot seem to shed those extra pounds despite balanced, active lifestyle, you think you're doing all the right things, you may need to talk to somebody about what is going on potentially with your thyroid. A good nutrition coach or health coach can take a look at a week's worth of what you're doing as far as eating, exercise, stress management, sleeping, and tell you just based on your lifestyle without even looking at a thyroid panel that you need to address some of these things that are triggering a poor thyroid, not allowing your body to convert T4 to T3, etc., etc. So take action today, eliminate refined sugars, increase your intake of quality protein, support your gut, and address adrenal fatigue. You can achieve internal balance, but you need to start changing your external habits. Thanks so much for watching this video. Again, I'm Nick, holistic nutritionist and health coach, here with the Health Report, bringing you the most up-to-date information, helping you upgrade your health.